So you're ready to tackle trigonometry? You are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to totally master the single most important skill in all of trig, and that is understanding a triangle's anatomy. Let's just dive right in. But first, let me ask you a question. What do you think the number one reason is that just trips students up and even causes them to fail trigonometry? I mean, is it the crazy formulas? All those weird Greek symbols? What do you think? Well, the answer is actually surprisingly simple. It all comes down to mislabeling the opposite and adjacent sides of a triangle. Yeah, that's it. This tiny little mistake causes this massive domino effect of wrong answers. But here's the really good news. It is completely avoidable. So in this explainer, we are going to attack that number one mistake head on. Seriously, by the time we're done here, you are going to be able to conquer this thing with confidence every single time. You see, the whole secret is this. The names of the sides in trigonometry, they aren't fixed. They're what we call relational. It all changes based entirely on your perspective, basically where you're standing inside that triangle. So let's go ahead and formally meet our three key players. You've probably heard these names tossed around before, but right now we are going to lock in their definitions for good. First up, we've got the easiest one, the hypotenuse. Think of this as your anchor. It is always the longest side, and you can always find it sitting directly across from that little square that marks the 90-degree angle. No matter what else happens, its name is locked in. It never, ever changes. Next up, the opposite side. And just like the name says, if you're standing at your chosen angle, it's the side that's way over on the other side of the triangle from you. Here's the real key, though. It's the only side that doesn't physically touch the corner of your angle. And finally, we have the adjacent side. Now, adjacent is just a fancy word for next to. This side is one of the two lines that actually forms the corner of your angle. But wait a minute, you might be thinking, doesn't the hypotenuse also touch my angle? And yeah, it does. And that right there is where everybody gets confused. Just remember, the title hypotenuse always wins. It gets first priority. Okay, this slide right here, this is the aha moment. It shows the whole concept in action. So if we're looking from the perspective of angle A, the opposite side is BC. But if we walk over and stand at angle B, now all of a sudden the opposite side is AC. See how they just flipped? And the adjacent sides flipped too. But what's the one thing that stayed the same? The hypotenuse. It's always AB, or stable anchor. All right, theory is great and all, but let's make this real. We're going to put this knowledge into practice right now and label a few triangles together. Let's start with the absolute basics. In this triangle, how do we find the hypotenuse? It's simple. First, find that right angle. Yep, it's over at C. Now, look directly across from it. That's side AB. And we can even double check. Is this side with length 10 the longest one? Well, yeah, it's longer than 6 and 8, so AB is, without a doubt, our hypotenuse. Now, let's use that exact same triangle to see this whole perspective flip thing in action. So imagine we are standing at angle A. The side way across from us, the one not touching our corner, is BC, which has a length of 6, okay? But now let's just teleport over to angle B. Now, the side across from us is AC, with a length of 8. The actual value of the opposite side literally changes based on your position. Okay, let's talk about the single most common pitfall. I want you to see this thing coming from a mile away so you can avoid it. Here it is, the number one trap. Students know that adjacent means next to. So they look at their angle, they see that long slanted hypotenuse touching it, and they say, oh, that's the adjacent side. And that single mistake will make every single calculation you do after that completely wrong. So here it is, the foolproof 3-step method to get this right every single time. Step 1, find and label the hypotenuse first. Always, just get it out of the way. Step 2, now find the adjacent side. It's the other side that's touching your angle. Step 3, the opposite is just the last one left over. That's it. It's that easy. Now, I know you might be sitting there wondering, okay, but why does any of this even matter? Well, let's look at a really cool and maybe kind of surprising real-world connection. Believe it or not, every time you play a 3D video game, you're seeing this stuff in action. The game's engine treats your camera's position as the reference angle. The distance from you straight ahead to a wall, that's the adjacent side. And how far to the left or right an object gets drawn on your screen, that's calculated using the opposite side. This simple triangle anatomy is literally what allows a graphics engine to create a believable 3D world on your flat 2D screen. Pretty cool, right? So there you have it. You have now conquered the #1 mistake in all of trigonometry. You can correctly label any right triangle, and that is the key that unlocks everything else. So the only question left is, now that you have this key, what secrets are you going to unlock with SOHCAHTOA?